Hello dear students, welcome in this new lecture of physics. As you know that we are continuing surface tension and today's topic for discussion is molecular theory of surface tension. In the earlier video we learned what is meant by surface tension. But in this topic we are going to discuss why the free surface of a liquid behaves as if it has some tension. Means surface tension. What is the reason why the liquid surface behaves as if it is under tension? So let us consider that a container having some liquid inside. Suppose xy is the free surface of liquid and x dash y dash y. See here, x dash y is the surface film. This is the upper layer, xy is the upper layer and x dash y dash is the inner layer. And the distance between these two layers is up to 10 raised to negative 9 meter, means which is equal to the range of molecular attraction. So this total is called as a surface field. This is the name of the surface field. Okay. Now we are going to consider three molecules here. Let us see the positions of these three molecules. Molecule A is right inside the liquid, deep inside the liquid. Molecule B is in the surface film and molecule C is on the free surface of the film. Or you can say on the free surface of liquid. So these are the three positions of three molecules. There are three molecules A, B and C. You have to remember their positions. A is right inside the liquid, B is in the surface film and C is on the free surface of liquid. All these three molecules are shown here with their sphere of influence. You can see these are the sphere of influence of the molecules. If we talk about molecule A, the sphere of influence of molecule A is completely inside the liquid. So molecule A is acted upon by the cohesive forces because this molecule is surrounded by the liquid from all sides. So there is a cohesive force in all directions around the molecule A. So the net cohesive force on molecule A is completely zero, because it is acted upon by the cohesive forces equally from all directions and the net effect of all these forces on molecule A is zero. So molecule A is free to move anywhere inside the liquid. Okay, now if we speak about the molecule B, you can see that molecule B is in the surface film. And if we speak about its sphere of influence, the sphere of influence is such that some part of the sphere of influence is outside the film or outside the free surface, means it comes in the air, and maximum portion of the sphere of influence is inside the liquid. So there are two types of forces acting on molecule B, adhesive forces as well as cohesive forces. But what is the difference between these two forces? As the air molecules are minimum as compared to the liquid molecules, because maximum portion of sphere of influence is inside the liquid. So number of liquid molecules in this part are maximum and the number of air molecules are less than the liquid molecules. So we can say that adhesive forces acting on molecule B is smaller than the cohesive forces acting on molecule B. It means that the net cohesive force acting on molecule B is in a downward direction, due to which the molecule get pulls in the downward direction. So the net resultant force acting on molecule B is in a downward direction, means molecule B get attracted inside the liquid, means in the downward direction. This is about molecule B. Now if we speak about molecule C, you can see that C molecule is on the free surface. So half part of the sphere of influence is in the air and half part is inside the liquid. Sphere of influence half part is in the air and half part is in the liquid. But as you know that the density of air is less than the density of liquid. So the number of air molecules in this half sphere is less than the number of liquid molecules inside this half sphere. Means again the maximum number of liquid molecules act cohesive forces on molecule C. Means again here in the case of molecule C, cohesive force is greater than adhesive force. What is the reason? Do you understand it? The number of air molecules are less as compared to the liquid molecules. So the cohesive force is greater than the adhesive force on the molecule C, due to which molecule C also get attracted in the downward direction, because cohesive force is in the downward direction and cohesive force is greater than the adhesive force. Therefore molecule C gets attracted in the downward direction. So the conclusion of all this discussion is that the molecules which are in the surface film or on the free surface of liquid, all these molecules in this portion get attracted in the downward direction, due to which the surface behaves as if it is under a tension. It tries to minimize its surface area. Means surface is always acted upon the tension. There is some force which pulls all the molecules in this portion in the downward direction, due to which the surface act as it tries to minimize its surface area. Means you can also say that the surface of the liquid behaves as if it is a stretched elastic membrane. You know, stretched elastic membrane behaves like an elasticity property shows there. In the same way, this free surface of liquid also behaves as if it is under a tension, means it behaves like an elastic membrane, stretched elastic membrane. And this tension is called as a surface tension. The force due to surface tension is always tangential to the free surface of liquid. Don't forget, the force due to the surface tension is always tangential to the free surface of liquid. So this is the reason, with the help of molecular theory, we have explained that why there is a surface tension on the free surface of liquid, why it behaves like an elastic membrane. Now if we go some back in the earlier videos, we gave the example there, a water spider can easily walk on the surface of water without rupturing the film. Means the surface behaves as if it is an elastic membrane, stretched elastic membrane. That tension is called as a surface tension on the free surface. I hope that you must have understood what is surface tension and how can we explain it with the help of molecular theory. We call it molecular theory because we are considering some molecules and then explaining what is surface tension. Okay. Okay guys, now we are going to define surface tension. Let us see its SI unit and dimensions also. Before going to start to define the surface tension, first of all we have to understand what is this figure is about. Now you can see the free surface of liquid inside the beaker. This is the top surface of the liquid which is filled inside the beaker. AB is an imaginary line drawn on the free surface of liquid. The length of this imaginary line is shown here by small l, and F is the tangential force acting on both sides of this imaginary line. Now if you have understood this figure, then we can define surface tension. Surface tension is defined as the tangential force acting per unit length on both sides of an imaginary line drawn on the free surface of liquid. Now suppose if F is the tangential force acting on both sides of this imaginary line whose length is small l, then the surface tension capital T can be written as F upon L. See this formula for surface tension. You can understand the definition of surface tension using this formula also. Surface tension is defined as the tangential force acting per unit length on both sides of an imaginary line which is drawn on the free surface of liquid. Means you can understand this formula where T is the surface tension, F is the tangential force acting on free surface of liquid which is acting on both sides of imaginary line, and small l is the length of this imaginary line. So this is the surface tension. Now using this formula we can also write the SI unit of surface tension. What is the SI unit of surface tension? The SI unit of surface tension is Newton per meter, where Newton is the SI unit of force, you know that, and meter is the SI unit of length. So Newton per meter is the SI unit of surface tension. You can also give another unit, SI unit for surface tension, and it is Joule per square meter. This is another optional unit for Newton per meter. Means both are the SI units of surface tension. Now what are the dimensions of surface tension? If you write the dimensions of force and dimensions of length and work it out, you will get the dimensions of surface tension. And the dimensions of surface tension are given by m raised to 1, L raised to 0, T raised to negative 2. Just don't forget what are the dimensions of surface tension. M raised to 1, L raised to 0, T raised to negative 2. These are the dimensions of surface tension, and these both are the SI units of surface tension. So I hope that you must have understood its definition, its SI unit and dimension. Okay.